World War II, a cataclysmic event that forever changed the face of humanity, began with a single act of aggression. It was the year 1939 when a storm started brewing over Europe. Germany, under the iron grip of Adolf Hitler, made a bold move, invading Poland, and thereby planting the seeds of a global conflict. This act of belligerence was a startling wake-up call, signaling the rise of fascism and totalitarianism that had been steadily creeping across the continent. The world watched in dread as the dark clouds of war gathered. Britain and France, recognizing the dire implications, quickly responded. They declared war on Germany, marking their initial involvement as the Allies. These nations were now entangled in a web of hostility, their fate intertwined with the unfolding drama. With the world drawn into another major conflict, the stage was set for one of the most devastating wars in human history. As the war escalated, pivotal moments began to shape the course of this global conflict. The year 1941 witnessed a cataclysmic event that would forever alter the trajectory of the war. On a seemingly peaceful morning in December, the Japanese launched an audacious attack on Pearl Harbor. The devastating strike sent shockwaves through the United States, immediately propelling the country into the throes of war. But America's entry into the conflict wasn't simply a reaction, it was a turning point. Their immense industrial might and manpower began to tip the scales, providing much-needed support to beleaguered Allied forces. Meanwhile, in the vast expanse of the Pacific, another key event was unfolding in the middle of 1942. The Battle of Midway saw American forces deliver a crushing blow to the Japanese Navy, significantly weakening their offensive capabilities. This marked a crucial shift in momentum in the Pacific, with America starting to gain the upper hand in this oceanic chess match. On the other side of the world, the German war machine was pushing eastwards, launching a massive invasion of the Soviet Union. The initial success of Operation Barbarossa, however, belied the challenges that lay ahead. The brutal Russian winter and resilient Soviet forces proved to be a formidable defense. The German advance ground to a halt at the Battle of Stalingrad in late 1942. This protracted and bitterly fought conflict resulted in catastrophic losses for the German forces, severely denting their military might. From the tranquil waters of Pearl Harbor to the frozen battlegrounds of Stalingrad, these events were more than just historical milestones. They were turning points that started to swing the pendulum in favor of the Allies. The year 1942 closed with a sense of cautious optimism, as the once seemingly invincible Axis powers began to show signs of vulnerability. These events marked a turning point, with the tide of the war starting to shift against the Axis powers. The final years of World War II were marked by relentless warfare, staggering loss, and ultimately, dramatic victory. The year 1943 saw the tide of battle turn, as Allied forces gained vital ground on multiple fronts. This period was marred by key events, each one a pivotal chapter in the annals of history. One such event was the D-Day invasion. On June 6, 1944, thousands of brave men stormed the beaches of Normandy in an audacious bid to retake Western Europe from the stranglehold of Nazi Germany. This daring assault marked the beginning of the end for Hitler's regime. In the bitterly cold December of the same year, the Battle of the Bulge unfolded. This was Hitler's final offensive, a desperate attempt to push the Allies back. But the resilience and determination of the Allied forces prevailed, thwarting Hitler's plans and setting the stage for the final push into Germany. Yet, as the war raged, a shadow fell over Europe. The Holocaust had reached its horrific peak, claiming the lives of 6 million innocent people, a chilling testament to the depths of human cruelty. In 1945, the Allies advanced on Berlin. The once proud capital of the Third Reich crumbled under the relentless onslaught, signaling the imminent defeat of Nazi Germany. But the Pacific theater was far from over. In a bid to hasten the end of the war, the United States took a drastic step, dropping atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The devastation was immediate and overwhelming, leading to Japan's unconditional surrender. On September 2, 1945, the world breathed a collective sigh of relief as World War II officially came to an end. The cost had been high, but the specter of global domination by Axis powers had been banished. A new era dawned, an era of hope, but also an era where the lessons of the past would be held close, a stark reminder of the price of freedom. World War II was a defining moment in the 20th century, leaving an indelible mark on the world. It began with a global conflict, a storm that brewed and eventually broke out, changing the course of history. Through the turning tides of 1941 to 1942, we witnessed significant events that shifted power dynamics and painted the grim picture of war. The final years from 1943 to 1945 saw a world in turmoil, culminating in a conclusion that brought both relief and a heavy legacy. The aftermath of this war was far-reaching, shaping political landscapes and social narratives. It gave birth to the United Nations, a beacon of hope for global cooperation and peace. But it also kindled the embers of the Cold War, a stark reminder of the enduring complexities of international relations. In remembering World War II, we honor the memory of those who fought and died, and we strive to learn from our past to build a future of peace.